Hi, what's going on, champ? Hope you're having a great day, another conversation. Please, it really, apparently, I didn't know how much this meant for the channel that you guys like and leave a little comment, even if it's a goofy emoji, and that you subscribe. It helps a lot, and I'm really putting in time and effort and doing my absolute best to give out more than weekly value to you guys. And it's also a good way for me to, I want to know what you guys think, because right now I'm really just talking about things that I find interesting. So the more you guys give me feedback, the more I can actually build this into something that you appreciate watching, right? And in today's episode, we're going to talk about being humble enough when somebody better than you is talking to you and actually doing what they ask you to do, which is essentially a mentor/mentee relationship, right? So that's what we're going to talk about today. For you guys who do not know, I live in paradise, middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I live in Cape Verde, right now in São Vicente Mindelo. And there's a lot of people here that has stupidly good potential of becoming great entrepreneurs, making more money than they can ever imagine. And with their music, with their dance, with their entrepreneurial skills, like the talent that we have here on the island is like something I never seen. I lived in 6 different countries. I traveled to 40 plus. Like, it's so much talent here. However, a lot of people, and it's not only Cape Verde, a lot of people all over the world, and I think this is the biggest mistake I see people do, right? Is that they don't do the advice that gets given to them, right? We entrepreneurs, we call those type of people assholes. It's people that just, these are assholes that just want to ask and don't take action on it. Because asking questions to people higher than you in like social economical hierarchies, right? It's almost like it spikes a dopamine rush. It almost feels like I'm doing something, I'm moving in the right direction. But you don't unless you take action. And the sad thing is that a lot of us are not humble enough to do what we get told to do, right? I heard this great video with 50 Cent, and he asked, what's the best advice, or they asked, what's the best advice you ever got? And 50 Cent wrote a book, for you guys who do not know, together with the author of 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene. And Robert Greene is also the mentor of Ryan Holiday. Well, Ryan Holiday is the author of the book, Obstacle is the Way, Ego is the Enemy. And Robert Greene told 50 Cent, you know, the biggest mistake I see people is that they don't take time to do and use the knowledge and advice that has been given to them. And I could not agree more. Like, I love doing like philanthropy work. I love going to schools. I love meeting up entrepreneurs. I love mentorships. I love guiding. I like to give. It's really one of my, I'd say, purposes, and also like love languages. Something I really do enjoy. But the worst thing I know is when somebody asks for my advice and I give them the proper roadmap and they don't do anything, and then yet they still complain over their life situation. Got this good friend of mine. Love you. If you're watching this, you know I'm talking to you. I love you. But meet up with this friend, and my friend has been complaining. My friend has kids and a partner, and this is like high level artist, right? Like one of the most famous one in our country. My friend tell me, it's like, hey, like I'm broke, like I'm really struggling with money, like I don't have these, like barely making means to an end, right? And I told him, like, hey, but like if I helped you made like $500, which is here in Cape Verde, it's legit 3 minimum salaries, right? Monthly. So I tell us, like, if I help you make $500, like, would that change your life? Like, would that make things easier for you? She's like, yeah, like, wow, it will make me would help me so much. Bada bee, bada ba. I said, cool. This is exactly what we're gonna do then. I draw out her product. I'm like, hey, look, we're gonna sell. We're gonna make sure that we create the product. You're a great singer. We create the coaching program. We just want 10 people to buy your product, and we're gonna sell it for like 12 euros a month or 12 euros a week, which is right. It's kind of like $50 a week, right? So if you do that, you have 10 people paying you $50 a week or a month. 10 people paying you $50 a month is €500 a month, right? That's 3 minimum salaries in the country I live in. And this is something that I can do like this, like, because I've done it so many times. I've also helped other people do exactly the same thing multiple times. So I know it works. It's just like, wow, yeah, like it's amazing. And I'm like, hey, look, like you can come here, like I guide you. Just commit to come to my home once a week. We do the whole thing. Like I help you. We do an MVP. We sell it. I help you with the launch. I help you with the marketing. You can use internet here because it's strong enough for you to upload some shit. You can go live. Like you can come to my office if we need to go do something good. Blah blah blah. You can borrow all of my equipment. Don't worry. I laid everything out for her. Like, yeah, I really want to. Thank you so much. Like this is really gonna help me and my family. A couple of days goes. A couple of weeks goes. A couple of months goes. Now summer is approaching again. This was almost a year ago. Crickets, still crickets. Now I go again, this is my good friend, you know I love you. I go on my good friend's social media and like, bro, like, how are we living? Like it's not to shit on you, like you deserve so much more. You deserve so much more than the current standard of living that you're operating under right now. But there's only one person that is holding yourself back, and that's you. There's nobody else. It's you. If I look around myself and I see the life I'm living, I know that I am responsible for all of the things I see here. These are my books. I bought them. But why don't I see triple amount of books behind me? Because of my standards. Why don't you see the things you want in your life improve? Because of your standards. No, but this blanket it's a big hole in this blanket. But whatever. Still works. Blanket still works. Should be grateful that you even have a blanket. However, is that where you're gonna stand? Is that the standard you're gonna stay up? Like that's where you stop? You don't think your kids deserve better than that? You don't think you deserve better than that? And if you don't, you don't. That's on you. But then don't complain about your current situation. Don't complain, and then when somebody gives you the advice or gives you the roadmap, the exact roadmap laid out, proven to work, you are not humble enough to walk in those footsteps. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like now in my coaching program, we have a strike system. Like I throw people out. I throw out students. Even if they're paying me, I give them money back. Like if you don't do what we have, if you don't do the required work, take your money and leave. Go and fail somewhere else. I don't want your money. I want results. This is what I like. I already have money. I want results. Show me that you're working. Show me that you're humble enough to move in the right direction, because that's the only true indicator of success. Everything is the only correlation and causation. The one causation that we can see through all realms of human society and success matrices on planet Earth is that people that are successful listen and take action. Like I have friends, like I have real friends that are like mentors of mine. They're my good friends, but they are mentors of mine in specific areas. So when I ask them for like financial advice, a good friend of mine is running has his own hedge fund. Good friend of mine has his own hedge funds. And when I ask him for advice of business and finances, I do exactly as he tells me, to the T. And then I take a few more steps, and then I go back to him. I do exactly as he tells me. Then I do extra work just to be on the safe side. Then I approach him again and say, hey, brother, I did exactly what you told me. And then I thought I'd do this and this and this also. What do you think about this? And what would you suggest is my next step? Unless I've done this, I don't talk to him about finances because I respect his time. Now we also have a friendship, right? Because I know he respects me the same way. We spoke about his physical appearance and his training. So he calls me, he's like, hey bro, like I remember what you told me, like to shave your lines. My lines are not perfect right now, but he told me, he's like, hey, but remember to tell me to change my lines, fix my beard. I went and bought a razor, like I'm using it. I'm like, that's awesome. And then he wanted to start training with me. I gave him a couple of advice and stuff, a couple of things. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing for a couple of weeks, almost a month. Then a month after, he came back to me and he said, hey brother, like I have a routine right now. I'm like, what do you mean? Like I have this routine of training right now. I'm running up and down the stairs for 15 minutes. Is there anything else I can do? I'm like, perfect, love it. Now do a little bit of dips. Do like 15 dips, as many push-ups as you can. Add 5 minutes of bodyweight exercises. Do that for 2 weeks and then we'll talk again. He's like, right, perfect. 2 weeks goes. He comes to me, hey, I'm doing it now every day, 6 days a week. Perfect. Now do a little bit of squat also. And do that 3 rounds. Repeat the whole circle, 3 rounds. He's like, right, cool. So he's humble enough to listen to what I got to say. And he is a zillionaire. Like he has his own hedge fund. Like this is not a stupid man. He can afford to go to a personal trainer. But he's humble enough to understand that in this field, he's not the expert. I'm the expert. So do your work, then let me know about it. And then I give you the next step. So he's humble enough to trust me to give him the right content to fit the context. So I give him the right content to fit the context. I don't need to give him the whole map, but here, much like he tells me, finances, I shut the fuck up and listen blindly to him. Because he's way better than I am at that. So if you want to make progress and progress fast, ask people that are in front of you in time, ask them to mentor you, and do exactly as they say, and be humble enough to know that you do not have all the tools, and stay sharp.